It is being wrongly reported that I think we should boycott this song of the summer. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I refuse to sing that song, but either you know what it is or you don't. And if you don't, you can go find it. It's very easy. But I don't think we should boycott. What I want is to see people understand the power of words and music and to make choices that are healthy for them. That's what I want. Do I think it matters what I want for people? No. I have finally learned that it doesn't matter and that there's no amount of sacrificing my life force energy that is going to make anybody want anything better for themselves. All I can do is emanate what I emanate, stand for what I stand for, and hope that it reaches who it's meant to reach. And that's it. And that's all I'm going to do. And so my comment makes it very clear that I don't think we should boycott. My comment is tantamount to everybody doesn't want the same thing. And there are a lot of people who are saying it's just a song. Well, if that's what you think, enjoy. But what I know is that music has power. But of course, I have used that power to help some people. And I have traveled around this world twice. And I see the impact of what we export out of the Black American experience to the rest of the world. Longer story for another time, but I've seen it. So I know, and I'm telling you what it is, but you enjoy if that's what you want to do. And I will enjoy doing what I want to do. And that's why I don't think anybody needs to boycott. I think people just need to make choices for themselves. That's what I think. That's one. Two, also, this is a short version of a longer video. I put a much longer video where I go into detail about these concepts on my Substack. So go check that out if you're interested.
Yeah, Arie is not wrong for nothing she said. What's annoying is that she's annoying. She's always nagging about what a bitch is doing with her music and what she's doing with her body. And it's always towards women. It's never towards the men. It's never towards the men. At first, it was Megan Thee Stallion shaking her ass and her being hypersexualized. And now it's the scamming and boosting with Young Miami. It's always with a bitch. It's never with a nigga. Mind you, when Arie came out in 2001 with I'm Not Your Average Girl from the video, that same year, Ecstasy by Ludacris was going viral. And we all know Ecstasy should have never been played on the radio. Guess what was another song that was trending during the time period Arie was making music? Minute Man by Missy Elliott. Hot in Here by Nelly was being played on TV back to back, and we all were too young to watch Hot in Here. Oh, I got hoes. I got hoes in different area codes. All I'm saying is that, bitch, you could have been calling out the motherfuckers from back in the day. We got videos of Jada Pinkett Smith calling out Eazy-E about how he was rapping about bitches in his songs. We got videos of Lauryn Hill advocating for shit like that back in the day, calling out her own peers before she called out anybody younger. So I'm sorry, Arie, you should have been said this shit a long time ago. She should have. Don't sit here and get the balls to say it to the younger generation when you never had the balls to say it to the generation that was around you doing it. I'm sorry, Superhead was out here.
See, I grew up on songs like Pop That Coochie and Doo-Doo Brown and Shake What Your Mama Gave You and Your Mama's on Crack Rock. And I know around that time, because you older than me, you older than a lot of us, you knew some of them songs, and if not, your mama knew some of them songs too. You passed up WAP. You passed up My Neck and My Back. People have made songs out here literally called Murder on My Mind. And you passed all of that up. No offense to these ladies, because honestly, they're really in their bag right now. But I'm still going to say what I'm going to say. You passed up anything that Sukihana or Sexy Red made. And you come from somebody who actually talking about something that people have actually went through. The experiences that they have. Hell, we fuck with the boosters. Do you know how much this shit costs in the store? Everybody ain't got that type of money. Okay? And even if we did have that type of money, have that shit going on the kids. School clothes, keeping up with their ass, making sure they got everything. Music is supposed to be stemmed from life experiences. And honestly, what she did, she talked about what she came from, what she's been through, what people going through, and she made it fun, man. Listen, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna wrap it up. Sometimes you just want something to bop to. Life is hard enough, okay? People are really going through some shit out here. And if we find something catchy and we rocking to it, let us rock to that. You had your time, okay? When you talked about you are not your hair and you are the source that live within and all of that, that's cool. But we don't want to hear that going to the club, sweetie. We want to talk about the scammers. We want to talk about the boosters. We want to show them some love. It's their time now. Everybody deserves a shot, okay? So come on.
So I wanted to respond real briefly to this controversy regarding Arie and her criticism of Young Miami's song. And, there's been a lot of people who have come out in defense of Young Miami, basically saying, why are you coming against this young Black woman? Like, she is not the first to do songs that are explicit. There are plenty of other artists, male and female, that have done that. So why are you basically singling her out? And there's been all kind of different conversations. You've had different celebrities come in defense of Young Miami. You've had different celebrities come and basically shade Arie for sharing her perspective. And at the end of the day, I think this further reiterates her point, which is that not everybody necessarily wants to be saved, or not everybody wants anything different, and it is what it is. And to me, the fact that there is a long-standing industry of artists in the Black community that spans decades of degenerate behavior, again, it reinforces her point. Because, some people were saying it's like, oh, well, where were you back in your era, your time, or your day? Why weren't you calling out these artists? And it's like, you have to remember, Arie, like, her whole brand, her whole message was about embracing self-love, like embracing your natural hair, embracing like Black skin, like embracing Black beauty. And that was very countercultural, and to a certain extent. At the same time, you had these other rappers and these other, Black celebrity artists who were ultimately promoting degeneracy. So her very brand was that, and still is that. When people like to say, oh, well, this was happening back in the early 2000s and the 90s and the 80s, so why are we mad now? Like, to me, that's a horrible argument, because my next question becomes, okay, well, how is that working for us? Just because something has been going on for decades doesn't mean that it's actually good. Is this kind of music, is it helping to empower? Is it helping to inspire? Is it helping to educate? Is it helping to inform Black people or Black America? Or is it helping to reinforce negative messages that a lot of people are experiencing? And the thing about it is, music, it's very personal, it's very emotional, it's very subjective. And at the end of the day, you're gonna have people defend what they want to listen to, and then you're gonna have people who are going to criticize it. It just is what it is. Like, trying to convince somebody who loves this kind of music, supports it, or sees value in it, that it's trashy, that it's degenerate, that it is unappealing, and that it is degrading to Black women, to the Black community, trying to convince them otherwise is just like talking to a wall. Because listen, I've had plenty of videos where I have criticized the likes of Sukiana or Glorilla or Meg Thee Stallion or some of these other Black celebrities. I've criticized their music. I've criticized their content. That doesn't mean that they themselves could be wonderful people, but the kind of messaging that is being promoted about Black women and what young Black girls are seeing and looking up to as idols, as role models, I've criticized that because I think it's totally and completely degenerate. But I understand at the end of the day that there are some people who resonate with that. They do. And trying to convince somebody who was comfortable, to me, it's almost like trying to convince an addict that it's almost like trying to convince an addict that they need help, or trying to convince somebody who was still dedicated to wanting to be in whatever muck and mire they're in that there's a better way. You can't do it. Like, somebody has to get to the point to where they want better for themselves. And if somebody doesn't want better or different for themselves, then there's no point in trying to convince them otherwise. Listen, even Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead and come and follow me, right? When he was talking to disciples and when he was talking to people, trying to introduce them to a better or elevated or just a different form of life, he himself was very clear that, hey, not everybody's going to want to follow me. Not everybody's going to be about this lifestyle. So it's like, I mean, it's like that for anything. Some people desire something different. Some people desire, in my opinion, something better, something more uplifting, something more productive. And some people simply don't. And that exists in the Black community. And this is precisely why there is an industry for young Miamis. This is precisely why these kinds of songs do get promoted. They do get support. They do have people defending them, because there's some people who just don't want to change. They want to remain in the muck and mire. And you just gonna have to let them, because trying to convince them is just like banging your head up against the wall. The best thing you can do is move forward with whatever influence you have, whether it be in your household, in your community, in your kids, your nieces and nephews, your friends, whatever. Like, it's better to me to focus on what you can do and what you can influence and what you can control, instead of trying to convince other grown adults who don't want to change that they could live better. Obviously, I take issue with the song. I ain't got nothing personal against Young Miami personally, but I don't rock with any of the messaging that is widely promoted as it relates to Black femininity. I don't rock with it. But I'm a minority to a certain extent, because many ladies do. That's why these ladies end up getting the bag off of degrading their own image. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.
I'm really excited to announce my new kids book, Aisha Learns to Love Her Hair. Aisha's hair is stunning, but she struggles to see its beauty. Through encouragement and wisdom from Grandma Lily, Aisha learns powerful lessons about self-acceptance. Aisha's journey is a heartwarming tale of family, culture, and confidence. Share her magical journey with your little loved one today, available for purchase.